Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, this video today is just about engine startup. That's all it is, just engine startup. And it's been a real frustration for me in the past. I go into tutorials on YouTube, try and find one on engine startup from cold and dark, and just about everyone I find, next minute they're going through the procedures, next minute they're going into the FMC, 30 minutes later they still haven't started the engines up, and I'm thinking, hey, I come here to find out how to start the engines. Please, just start the bloody engines. Okay, so this video is just engine startup without all the other stuff. Okay, so keep it as a reference in case you forget later or you want to check how you're doing things, but that's all we are doing. My previous video, my first video on the Academy, was startup right through to taxi, but that was basically to show you the sequence where you do the different things, the different times, and keeping the startup and all the other procedures in the right sequence. So that was quite a long video, but this one is just simply engine startup from cold and dark. But to get the engine started, there is a few things we have to do. Quite a few different little things we have to do before we get the engine started, but it is quite a quick and very easy process. First of all, we turn on the battery power, okay, and then we turn on the left petrol switch, and then we hold this little switch down and we bring that down there. That is the FMC start switch. Okay, that is going to start to get our FMC, sorry, our APU. That's our APU starter switch. We've turned on one fuel pump there. When we see the gas pressure gauge come up, that means our APU has started. But we cannot turn on our APU bus or run power from the APU until we see this light come on. Okay, our gauges come up, but we need to wait for this light to come on before we can run our power off the APU. Why do we need the APU? The APU gives us pressure, APU bleed pressure, to actually turn the fans to start the engine. So I've turned on the APU bleed there, and so you cannot start the engines without first turning on the APU, basically. Okay, so we're waiting for this light here to come on. There it is, it's come on now. So we can turn on the APU bus, and we are now running our engines from power from the APU. If you come outside and come around to the back of the plane, you will see all the fumes and gases coming out the back. A good reasonable amount of air pollution coming out there. Now if you hit Control 3, you can come down here also. FS Actions, Ground Services, and we'll get rid of the chocks. And then that staircase on the truck will go away, and we'll be able to get a good look at the engines. Okay, so we are running on APU power now. We can actually start our engines. Now check the isolation valve is down, your packs are off, your APU bleed is on. First thing, we'll turn on the switches, we'll turn on all the fuel pumps, and we'll flick the right engine over to one click to the left to get our right engine started. So let's come outside, let's have a look, and we can see our left engine starting to fire up there and slowly turn. Away it goes. It doesn't take long at all. Now if we come down here, we need to wait for this pressure to come up to 25, 24, 25. Now we can add fuel to that engine, and that engine will fire up nicely. There we go, that engine is away beautifully. Now what we're waiting for is the start switch to click around to off again. You will hear it, and once it's done that, we can start the left engine. Usually while I'm waiting for that, I'll be down doing other things and making use of the time. There we are, it has clicked around to off. So we can now come to the left engine and we'll click that round to start. And we should see the left engine start to turn here. There we go, beautiful. Let's come inside And we'll keep an eye on this pressure here. When it gets up to about 24, 25, there we go. We can add fuel to that engine. And now we can wait. We can watch these come up to about 60. You can see our engine's running there. And we'll also hear the click when this where are we? We will also hear the click when this switch clicks round to the off position. Just takes a little bit of time. Like I said, there we go. Like I said, while I'm waiting for those, I can be doing other things to prepare the plane for takeoff. Okay, so they've switched around to the off position now. So we can actually turn on our engine bus and run our power off the engines rather than the APU. So we click the outer switches down, and we are now taking our power from the engines. We're now going to turn our engines around to continuous. Okay, we'll turn off the APU, and we'll turn off the APU bleed. Turn on our hydraulic pumps and generators there. Okay, so let's check. Fuel pumps on, APU off, engines on continuous, APU bleed off. Both engines coming up to pressure here now on 60. All fuel, all engines are getting fuel. Coming out here, both engines are running, so we have two good, beautiful engine starts. And we're all good. We can do all the other things now. We need to taxi and get the plane ready for departure. So that's it, guys. We are all good to go. We've got our fuel pumps all on, APU off, start engine switches on continuous, APU bleed off, isolation valve on, that's got to be on. Now we can turn on our packs and do all the other things that we want to do for departure. And that's it, guys. That is just basic, very, very basic APU and engine start. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, because we'll have a lot more hints and tips on this channel for flying the 737. Take care, guys. Talk soon. Ciao.